Hi, my name's Andy. Look, it says so on the little piece of rock. And the reason why I'm sitting here talking to you is that some while ago you may have noticed that I put on YouTube a little video of me renovating a turntable lid. Well, surprisingly enough, this little video generated quite a lot of controversy, with a lot of folk posting comments to the effect of, well, you should have used Brasso. Brasso is much more effective, that would be the thing to do. Now, I'm afraid my impression is a large number of those people saying so are probably just doing so, and other people say so, and therefore they haven't ever actually renovated a turntable lid in any way, shape or form. However, I will now hopefully put those comments to rest and try and identify which is the best option for renovating your somewhat tired turntable, as per this example here, which is something that I bought in a local what we Brits call charity shop, what you Americans call thrift shop. It's the same thing. You buy cheap second-hand things there and hope they work when you get home. Well, in this case it's an old turntable that I might be renovating, but if not, the lid will do as an example. It's moderately scratched in places. Don't think it's actually cracked, and some of those scratches are fairly deep, but unfortunately I can't predict exactly where those scratches are. What I'm going to do with this video, hopefully, is compare 4 different products to identify which one of those might actually be the best solution for renovating your turntable lid. So the next step is, let's look at the product. Right, so here we have the 4 contenders. The aforementioned Brasso, which has been around since when God was a little boy. We will use that for cleaning our stainless steel heating pipes, or brass, horse stuff, whatever. Never use it. This is what I used originally. It's a product called Meguiar's Plasterex. Essentially, it's a product that's aimed at renovating your scratched and damaged plastic headlamp covers on your car. Next up, we have good old-fashioned T-cut scratch remover. This is probably only in it really for comparison purposes. Again, it's a paint renovation product, not a plastic cleaner, but then neither is Brasso. And the final option here, again, another paint renovation product. I'm going to test these two as one. G3 Professional Paint Renovator, which comes with some pretty big claims for renovating your paint. However, does it work on plastic? We shall find out. So rather than me sit there scrubbing away and you getting bored watching me do the video, as was pointed out, I'll do it on time lapse, and you'll be able to see things building up as we go along. Hopefully that'll cut out the boring bit in the middle, and then I'll sit down and do the conclusions. I'll use a standard set of applicator pads to apply all 4 products, and what I'll do is I'll separate the lid into quadrants using masking tape, give it a wipe down before we start, and then I'll perhaps examine the results using a macro lens, put up those images as part of this video, and then you can make your own mind up which you think is the best, but I will also give my conclusions too. Okay, hope that works for you. It certainly works for me. Cheers, bye. And now for the reveal, which I'm going to do with this microfiber mitt. I'll completely wipe these down and make sure everything's squeaky clean before we do the final analysis. So this is where we are at present. We've got to the point where we've applied the products, we've given them a basic clean. The next step is to take a good hard look at them and see if they've which is the winner. Hi, it's Andy again, and the good news is you don't have to see my ugly face this time, but the bad news is you do have to hear my voice. Anyway, I'll try and be as quick as possible. Hopefully you can see from the lid that I'm trying to hold up and move in various different angles to catch the reflections of the light from the window, that there is a noticeable cross-shaped area in the centre, which is the part that was covered by masking tape. That clearly demonstrates that there is quite a significant difference once the acrylic has been polished with various products. However, I can't really see a massive difference between any of these particular products. They all work just as well as each other. Therefore, there is no point in going out and buying the most expensive thing you can in order to get the best result, unless you happen to be that sort of person who likes to spend money on things. Equally, I would recommend you not use Brasso unless you have no alternative whatsoever and can't afford to spend £2.99 on some basic T-cut or Autosol, because it's quite a harmful chemical to the environment. It comes with the same sort of warnings on the label as you would get for some really rather serious insecticides. So, and also it's a real bugger to clean up once you're finished with the applicator. So, you know, use what you've got. Just avoid anything particularly scoury on the application side, otherwise you might make more scratches. You could consider a buffing kit if you want to be more aggressive with removing scratches. I shall certainly come along and finish this off, but I shall just use the standard kit that I used earlier. I'm quite happy with the results. This is a cheap turntable lid. I can't imagine that there's any need for any more, but if you happen to have that high-end turntable that you want restoring to peak condition, you might consider being a little bit more detailed with the work that you do, but that's up to you. It's what works for yourself. Hopefully this has shown that you can yourself restore these turntable lids and using ordinary household, well, mostly household or automotive things most people have in their store cupboard, shed, garage, whatever, and do it quite effectively.